Right, good morning, traders. What is going on this morning? See, we got a lot going on. The SPY dropping quite a bit. Not really a surprise there. It is trying to rebound after that nasty gap down through pre-market here. Cut all the way down to 450. So, like I was saying before, if 450 holds, it can bounce, but if 450 cracks, it's going to be sketchy. I got this little triangle going on. Now, my CALT swing from Friday is working out really nice. Had a gap up, so I'm up 80 bucks, somewhere around there right now. So I'm just looking for it to try to break out a little bit more, but you can see I have my stop loss in there because I'm not taking any losses on that. But it's holding up for now, so I'm just going to keep holding it. And then I did jump in VXX, this inverse ETF of the SPY. Only got 20 shares at the moment, but I'm looking for the SPY to continue to drop. It may not. It may rebound off that 50. I don't know. Or off that 450. And I jumped in BFRI, looking for it to continue the run it's been having on the daily chart, but that's looking pretty bearish right now. That's in this big wedge though. It's still got a little while, unless it cracks right here. But let's see, GNFT. This one has been slowly moving up. I do like that 15-minute little double bottom there through pre-market. Break it basically 525, 530. That could run. Don't even know why I have IMX on here. ISIG selling off. Yeah, that doesn't look good, so let's go ahead and take that off. See, CALT. Yeah, very nice CALT. Got this little nice triangle forming. And then SOPA, this thing shot straight up. You can see on the 1 hour though, running into the 200 right now. Getting smacked down pretty hard there. But that thing had multiple halts on the way up. Did it even have PR? They're going to be added to the Russell 2000 index. So that is decent news, but I don't know if it's worth it shooting up like this. And we are in a crazy market, so volatility definitely can be nuts, and we can see stocks change paths very quickly. PTPI having a little shoot up. Nah, I don't like much else. You see VXX starting to push back towards the top of this. No, this is actually not an ETF. I'm sorry. This one's an ETN. It's an exchange traded note. So a little bit different than an ETF. But for these inverse purposes of the SPY dropping and it going up, that's really all that matters. Although this one may be mixed with volatility. Let me check and see. I can't remember. There's so many of these damn things. Ooh, look at that market. That market watch is nasty. Very nasty. Yeah, it's not showing me anything. I'm trying to see. Barclays Bank, IPF, STF. It may not be. May not be a volatility one, I'm not sure. And BFRI on this 1 hour chart looking ugly, but the 50-day is there at 7. This is that previous support or previous resistance from yesterday or Friday, held up back here as support as well, so it could hold up there. Just got to be aware that the SPY dumps hard, any harder. That could affect some things. So I'm going to put SOPA on watch. See if it forms any patterns. So it is very volatile. Just dropped from at 689 or 869 all the way back down to 682, almost a $3 drop within 20 minutes. So this thing is definitely very volatile. Could get some moves still. I want to wait till either this downtrend breaks or we see more of a pullback. And BFRI, I don't know if you're going to hold or not. It's not looking good on the hour chart, but we still got 30 minutes, so a lot of time. A lot could transpire before then. In a minute, let's do it now. While I'm waiting around, I want to see the indexes. So we can see what has been happening real quick while that's doing its thing. So oil pulling down to the trend line. Gold, let me go to the 1 day chart. Gold still looks fine where it's at. Silver, nice rebound off of that 22. Or actually 21.50, confirming that support for another time. And the dollar is still going sideways. Yeah, mixed against the other currencies. Interesting. You see on the Dow Jones, I have this marked out where, like I said, if that 450 on the SPY doesn't hold, we'll probably come all the way back down to the bottom of this. But you can see this channel that it's in is getting wider and wider, so it's getting more volatile and volatile. That's why we're starting to have these really big swings and really big drops. It's nasty, nasty, nasty market. But can make very nice rips for us day traders. I'm just about to retest 7. I'm going to hop in there real quick. I'm going to give it a shot and see if this thing... So what I get in at 702, 750. I could risk about 25 bucks maybe. Start breaking that downtrend. Now we do want to be very cautious. This type of position I just took, although it looks like there's some support at 650, may not hold. There's kind of the triangle on this thing there. See CALT, a little slow pullback. It doesn't have a lot of volume, but kind of prefer it that way so I don't have to watch it that close. Man, I'm close to cutting this loss on BFRI. You can see VXX back up to the top of the triangle there. Probably another 30 minutes before we see if the SPY dumps and VXX starts pushing on up. See, 10 days at 6. What's the float on this? Yeah, 19 million. Very, very low float. We got some buyers stacking. We'll try to stack at 685. Give me just a second, guys. There we go. Nice bounce so far off of that 650 area. Trying to push to the top of that triangle. Little bull flag almost. Let's see if it can break out. Move my stop loss up closer on this. I'm very close to cutting that loss. Got a minute on this candle left, so if we're going to keep this momentum, we need to see it pop up out of this triangle. I'm struggling with that area currently. Oh, BFRI, you sad, sad boy. I'm so close. Cutting you. What are you at? 7-11. It's 11 more cents I could lose. Actually, 6 more cents. That'd only be 3. Yeah, that's fine. There's only that stop loss there. It's more than likely at the moment. It looks like it's going to crack. It's trying to hold up, but not looking great. So SOPA starting to pop this triangle. Need to break over 730 for confirmation. Good morning, Lori. GRTX. Yeah, it's still climbing up there. Nice move so far, but it's under the 200 days, so I'm just not, even though there's so much space, I'm just not trading it, because every single time I get into a trade under the 200 day, it usually fails on me. I mean, you could have made nice profits so far, but for my type of trading, it just tends to not work out for me. But good job if you did catch it. Then it's also under $5. And you guys saw it last week. Every trade I took under $5 in this market, they did not work out very good. Alright, SOPA having some issues here getting going. So I'm going to adjust that trend line to that. See, as we're dojing out against the 710 area. I'll go ahead and move the CALT stop up quite a bit. case it dumps. Let's see how the SPY's looking. SPY's trying to hang in there, but not even able to hold that support. So let's go ahead and delete that line. Oh, yeah, SOPA coming back down a little bit. Oh, I didn't realize SOPA was under the 200. Well, guess I'm a hypocrite. I thought it was. I didn't see this daily chart on it. I thought I was looking at the. Thought maybe I guess the hour chart was what I was looking at. Yeah, it was the hour chart. That's what I thought was the daily. We're running into because I don't even recognize that daily I just looked at on it. So that was a mistake not looking at that. See, man, BFRI still holding right above that 710. The SOPA's starting to test that 730. Now, even though it's below all EMAs, if it, God, there is a big gap to fill. It's got to break 950, and then it could fill the gap up to 1095, and then after that, 1593, and then the very top of that 50 days at 26. So there's an astronomical, well, maybe not astronomical. We're getting halted again. Very nice. But there's a lot of room for this thing to run, even though it's below that 250-day EMA. But this one is over $5, so I feel better about it, even though it's still under the 200. Well, of course, it just halted, so of course I feel good about it. But nice triangle breakout there. Beautiful triangle. We'll see if this thing gets another leg up of halting. If it does, if we get another move like this could be a very, very nice win. But we will see. You little sneaky girl, BFRI. You trying to hold in there. So yeah, any of you guys, girls, whoever over there on Share Vision, if you got any questions or anything, just drop them in the chat there. Or if you want to make fun of my hair floof, you can do that as well. All right. We're in SOPA for the ride now. You can see the VXX is pointing upwards in its wedge, where the SPY is pointing downwards. So the VXX definitely looks more bullish than the SPY at the moment. But that 450 is going to be tough support to break on the SPY. And I imagine the Feds probably will help it out. But if they don't help it out, and we continue to see the SPY drop, then VXX could easily keep climbing. This may not be a day trade, really. This may, I don't know, I may end up swinging it. I'm not sure yet. Depends on what the SPY does the rest of the day. Because this is going to do whatever the SPY is doing, but opposite. Okay, BFRI, I see you. I see you poking your head back up there. Scared me a little bit there. Made me a little nervous. Got way down there. A little bit of puckering. Starting to come back up. Not too bad. Let's see, when do we get halted on this? I wasn't even paying attention to the time because I was talking when it started ripping. Let's see. What is that? We halted about 9:30-ish, 9:35-ish. So we'll probably be out in another couple of minutes. Yeah, there you go, BFRI. Come back alive here. Alright, Sopa. Let's see you do your thing here. Come up out of this halt. Now, of course, with all this pullback in the SPY and all of that, the Dow Jones, the crypto market has took a nice hit, but not all of them. So, you know, I've already seen social media posts about Bitcoin going to zero today, which is just nonsense. But if you look, Yearn Finance is up 15% today. It just broke its triangle and it's starting to go bullish. So if we got altcoins still going bullish, this little pullback in Bitcoin, which you can see is still above the trend line, and Ether, which has cracked the trend line some. Well, that's the futures. Let's see. No. On Ether's actual uptrend, it's not cracked the trend line at all. It's above the trend line too. So these are still bullish. I'm not too concerned about these pullbacks. If anything, at least in the crypto market, I'm not concerned about these pullbacks. In the stock market, you know, we're $2 away, $3 away at this point from a possible nasty drop. Alright, anyway, we'll see what happens. Because I do think, even though I'm super bearish, and I've been bearish, I do think the Feds are going to do any amount of shenanigans they can to keep the stock market up. Question is, can they anymore? Alright, well, I want this. Looks like it's not going to be a 5-minute halt, which since it has been halted, it looks like 3-4 times already today. This may end up being a longer halt. Okay. Let's see what else we got popping up. Then, oh, it's a BR. No, what is that one? BRG. This is a REIT. They're being acquired by Blackstone Real Estate. So that's why I had that big gap up and it's not doing much now. It got acquired. GRTX hitting some major resistance at 475. If it can hold up for it, it could possibly keep going. You do have somewhat of an uptrend on it. VRS. They got a buyout offer. Probably why it's not moving much either. BFRI trying to push back up there. Got all the way back to 745. Alright. For now, though, I'm going to stay on SOPA because this could come out of this halt any minute at this point. Now, we did get some nice gap ups on the previous halts up, so we'll see if we get another gap up or not. We don't want this halt to last like 20 or 30 minutes because then that could kill off a lot of the momentum. Every halt has been 10 minutes so far. Thank you for that, Dope Kaleidoscope. You guys know I don't watch the first 30 minutes of the market usually. But even though they've all been 10 minutes, doesn't necessarily mean this one will be 10 minutes. It's possible and more likely probable since that's what it's been. But you just never know with halts, especially multiple halts. The SEC starts getting a little concerned. They start seeing some wild movements. They could come in with an investigation halt, which we've really not seen any of those in a while. A very long while, really. Or at least not on a big one. Have we seen any this year? I know there was one major one last year. I forget which stock it was. But they pumped the... Or maybe it was the year before. I think it was the year before because SureTrader, I don't think SureTrader's around anymore. Beautiful gap up there. Good Lord. I might get ready to lock this out here. Actually, I am going to take 20 off. So I got 30 left. God, what a gap. That thing just popped all the way up to 9 out of that. Let's see if it can break 9 here. Got 30 shares left. What a beautiful pop, Lord. Can you break 9, little buddy? It looks like it's trying to hold up. Not really. Maybe. It's showing it's trying to hold some support at 875, but it hasn't quite got there yet. Not any bids stacking at 875. There we go. Oh, nope. They got taken out too. Move my stop loss up on CALT. And not continuing yet. Still pulling back. Let's see, now that triangle's popped, let's remove that line. Actually, we'll use it as the trend line. Because we do have a nice uptrend on this, even with all these halts and stuff. Beautiful little uptrend there. And let's just pop these out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this loss on BFRI, I think. No, I can't yet. It's still possible it could break out because it's in the... I'll move my stop loss up more then. So SOPA, there is a little bit possible support at 784 right across the bottom of this wick, the top of this candle, top of this candle. What did I say, 784? It's kind of, it's more like $798. It's trying to hold up. We got the trend line at 765 though. Oh boy, SPY starting to come down the bottom of this wedge here. We may get a test that 450 soon. Very close to getting this position stopped out on CALT, which is fine. Alright, SOPA, what you gonna do here? Okay, yep, so I'm out of CALT. $70 profit there on this swing trade. Why is it saying I got 10 left? I have 10 left? No. Position long, 10. Oh yeah, I had 30 of this, so I got 10 more? I think I got 10 more. If that's the case, I'll hold them. What's up, One Life? What's up, Lauren? Why did I not trade BRG? What do you mean? It's going sideways. I'm doing just fine without trading BRG anyway. Alright, let's see if this candle can push back up green and push to $9. If this candle can push back up to 9, we could see this push some more. Although it may have to curl off of the trend line. It may have to do like it did here where we had the little sell-off, hit it, and then kind of scooted up it a little bit before we had another move. VIX or VXX still looking very nice. $5 there, slowly climbing. Like I said, this is not going to be a very fast runner in the first place unless... Hey, BFRI, coming up to the top of the triangle again. I almost got out of you. You almost shook me out, man. But, you know, you got to stick to the plan. Perfect example of stick to the plan. I was about to break the plan and jump out of this, but it's still in this wedge, so there's no reason to get out yet. We're still holding up above that $8 area here on SOPA, which is nice to see. Now, of course, BFRI can still come back down. I could still lose on that trade, but it still has a possibility to break. So if I would have just cut my loss there and broke the plan, I may have missed out on a possible run. So we'll see. We'll see if this... What we know about BFRI from trading it all week last week is it loves to make triangles. And it loves to take forever breaking those triangles. 783. Yeah, I do still have 10 shares of CALT. That's all right there. Wait, BFR, I just have news. Let's see. Traders circulate seeking alpha blog from contributor why a massive squeeze could send. Okay. So again, wow, oh wow, could send shares well above $40 before December 31st. So this is apparently a massive short squeeze play according to whatever that article is. I mean, there is. Hal and I have been talking about it. There's a lot of selling pressure and a lot of shorting on this thing, so it is possible. Maybe it could be a short squeeze, but I don't know if it'll be no $40. That sounds a little wild. Before December 30th. I mean, you know, you never know with a short squeeze though. Whatever the institutions want to do with it is what's going to happen with it. But it would be interesting to see if Wall Street Bets and all them gets in it. Because we've been watching it since the week before last on Friday. Just because of the nice momentum it's had and nice patterns. And we get a very, very sweet bounce right off that trend line. Possibly. SPY hitting a new low of day. Coming down more. So VXX popping up. Starting to pop out of that triangle. Very nice looking. Everybody had good weekends, it looks like. Yeah, we may get another move off of this thing. It's still looking pretty bullish. Had that little indecision doji. We haven't dropped below $8 really. It's not been able to hold below $8. Buyers pushing it back up. And at 785 acting as a little extra support. I said if we just start scooting up this trend line like we did here, we could see it another next leg up. But I am going to go ahead and just put a stop loss right under 785. In case it decides to turn around and come back down. Actually, let me drop that a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That way it's actually under that support, not right up on it in case it dips down and taps it. Alright, real quick guys, I'm going to take a quick little break because it looks like we may be about to get real spicy in the market. We might see some crazy things start happening possibly. I'll be right back. Well, I see we're halted again. Oh, it stopped me out on that last 30 shares right on that little wick before it halted. You little... Alright, well, $50 profit there. I'll take it. VXX breaking out of that triangle very nicely. Slowly moving. BFRI still looking alright there. CALT, I'm going to get out of the rest of them 10 shares. Let's go ahead and lock that out. So that's 120. Which makes up for all of my losses because I made the 80 bucks on Friday. And then now 120 today so far. I only had 80 left, so now I'm back green. Making my losses back from last week completely. And I'm green to start this week out. So, whoa. Oh, that's CALT. I thought it was VXX for a minute. I was like, why did that just happen? But no, that makes sense. That's why I went ahead and locked out that 10 shares. Cracking that trend line right there. Had these 3 red, ugly, indecision candles. So, that's probably done for now. God, Sopa. Got me. Got me with that stupid little wick. You did exactly what you said what I thought you were going to do, except you just threw one little, just barely, just a little, quick little peek down there. But this thing could keep running. As long as it's on this uptrend, it's fine. Oh, what, where's all the Great Reset naysayers at? What do we got here? Who have I been talking about for a year now? Well, over a year now, actually a year now. Almost 2 years. The World Econ Forum. Whoa. They're not a sneaky conspiracy theory group. They actually exist. Guys, if you haven't seen the World Econ Forum's website, I suggest you go look at it. And then you see we're seeing a bunch of stuff. The Omicron variant spreads faster than the Delta variant, which the doctor in Africa who found it said it was more transmissible, but it doesn't have very strong effects. It's mild. She had no death symptoms, so not sure why they're all freaking out. New York City mayor says expects Omicron variant surge for a few weeks. My God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, travel restrictions in some nations and added to lockdown fears. Oh God, if they try to lock this down again, man, it's gonna be the end of the world. Two U.S. senators tested positive for COVID-19. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Alright, well, BFRI coming back up to the 760, 750 area. It's actually got some bids trying to stack at 750. So it still is a little earlier for it to break out, but that possible short squeeze news obviously could get some retail traders in here. So we possibly could see a premature break, but I don't think so. I think we're going to have to slab back down a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. GNFT is actually not looking too bad. That little double bottom, it's starting to break. Bottom there, perfect double bottom. Not very much volume though. Very, very low volume. What's up, Hobo Cop? That's an awesome name. I like it. Nothing wrong with a Hobo Cop. I just saw a game yesterday. Speaking of hobos, that was probably the funniest game I have ever seen, called Hobo Survival Simulator. And you can throw pigeons as weapons. You can pee on people. You can. It's so ridiculous. You have a shuriken pigeon. Is this a weather channel? I mean, it's raining green today on this weather channel, so you know, cloudy with a slight chance of a loss on BFRI. And then here in the future forecast, possible dump on the SPY. I suggest wearing a raincoat. VXX still pushing up because the SPY looking ugly. Oh boy, let's zero on the SPY for a second because this is real close. This is real close. BFRI is starting to push up green for me. Oh yeah, little pop over that trend line, but we still got to get up over this tip back here, the 775 area. Because we know 775 and $8 has been a nightmare on this stock. It's been an absolute nightmare resistance line. Up. Another low of the day. Another new low of the day right there. See if it can hold up if we start dumping some more. SOPA still on that trend line, looking good. At the moment, is getting a little doji indecision there, so be aware. If that gets followed by a red bearish candle, it could start cracking pretty hard. Buyers trying to hold it up here. And buyers were able to push it back up a little bit. BFRI starting to get close to that 775 area. Is this short squeeze news gonna make you do some stupid stuff? I'm all for it. Go ahead and get dumb. Get crazy and stupid in here, BFRI. Let's see them Wall Street apes sneak their way in here. And maybe Cheetos and Red Bull smell on the horizon. So, okay, we are getting a little rejection there finally at the trend line. So it may not be able to break yet. That's what I was concerned about. Still not quite enough time. Oh, well, the New York City mayor said he's against more shutdowns, so it's good for New York, hopefully. Ooh. This thing looks like this may be about to make another move. But I'm going to wait because the VXX is really starting to push. But I do have a little bit of funds left. I could possibly maybe get a little more out of this, but I want to wait, make sure it's going to hold. Yeah, BFRI pulling back down in the triangle, so no push up there yet. Let's go on the 1 hour chart on all these guys. See, AERC just ripping out of nowhere from 9 to 13 so far. No PR, nothing. Pretty sure this is below all moving average. Yeah, this is another one. Just hit a low a year. Got crazy amounts of room to fill a gap possibly. I'm going to throw it in on watch just because of how low volume it is, or a low float it is. Very low float. But just went straight up so far about, what was that, $4? Oh, the SPY is able to rebound off of that bottom there. I'm going to jump in here real quick. 20, let's see what I get. I got 10 more shares. Do I got enough to get another 10? No. So I got 10 more shares. As it is trying to hold up at $9 area. I want to see if it's going to try to break 10. It's a small little shot here. So trend line's at 875. So 10 shares. Yeah, I'm going to put a stop loss. Right there, I'm risking about $5. So let's break it down a little bit more. $5 on this 10 shares just because this thing is still staying so bullish. See if we can't get another big pop up off that trend line. That was a short-lived little bounce on the SPY. Oh, BFRI. Big volatile indecision candle there closing. So if this candle can push back up, get back over that 770 area, it could go. But the way it's kind of dojing out again on this candle could lead to this curl and a drop back down to the bottom. Oh, there goes SOPA. SOPA just hit 950. See if it can get on up there. So here comes possible test to 950 again. Pulled 925 as support so far, trying to. And BFRI, possible breakout here. It's starting to go bullish. Depending on what this candle does. A minute left on this candle. Ooh, BFRI getting very, very close to a possible breakout. We are only 10 cents away from a test. See, SOPA really having trouble there with that 950. And you see we opened right up on this trend line again. Scooting right up it. We want to see a big pop there soon. So SPY looking like running into that downtrend, starting to pull. Well, still indecision, but may pull back. Should be about the end of this consolidation. And BFRI is getting real close. SOPA as well, starting to push back to that 950. Whoa, 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 where'd BFRI just go? There it is. Testing 775 right now. We just gave a little poke up there. See if we can actually break it. But we did jump up over these highs, so that's good. We just built a new higher high. Yeah, BFRI might be getting ready. SOPA testing, it just hit 950 again, breaking through 950. See if we break through 10. Coming up on 10. Buying volume increasing. Let's see if we can get it. A lot of selling pressure at 10 for sure. Coming up, coming up. If we break 10, I would say we'll get halted. BFRI almost up to 8. Ooh, boy. What a day so far. That's my entry on this, 898. Move my stop loss up where no matter what, I'm green on this one. And that last 10 shares. BFRI, nice push so far. Can you get going though? Sopa with that strong rejection so far at 10. I'm not actually surprised by that rejection at 10 at all. I figured it was going to probably reject off there the first time. But you can see we're trying to come back up. BFRI, woo. If we break $8. Let's see. Yeah, we're testing 8 right now, which is major resistance. I'm gonna pull this a little bit down. Pull that back below the stop loss or the trend line for now. Maybe overreacting. Need to give it a chance. So BFRI is gonna have to hold 775 as support if it wants to try to break 8 here. Ooh, that SPY is coming back down. Which one, Daniel B? Which one's the great trade? Because I'm green on 4 of them. I'm not red at all on anything today so far. At the current moment, I was red a little bit earlier, but so far still trying to hold that 775. What's up, Lighting Rick? Good morning, buddy. How's it going? Looks like we're probably about to try to get another test that's in here. Thank you, One Life. Appreciate that. Appreciate those nice words. BFRI still taking its time and hanging there. SPY still holding up barely. Here comes a possible test of $10 here. Retest on SOPA. It's actually getting held up at 990. See bid start. There we go. Starting to see bid stack at 990. And let's see if we can get up to that 10 on the ass. There comes, bam! Nice explosion off of that trend line, back over $10 like it's been doing all day. Let's see if this thing really gets going and gets halted here. Ooh. Very nice, pushing over 1075. So far, so good all around. Hit a high at 1085. We're about to move very close to pushing through that. Yep, there it goes. Up to 11. Surely if we break 11, this thing is going to get halted with the amount of... Look, I mean, look at this buying volume that's come in on these last 4 candles. Good Lord. And there comes the halt. Very nice. Very, very nice. This play just giving out money up with 10 shares so far, adding at least $23 to this position, to this original win of $50. If it wouldn't have stopped me out on that stupid little wick. Oh well. Toronto, what was entry for SOPA? So the first entry was right here. I got SOPA off of, I waited for it to do all this nonsense, saw it was pulling back, and looked for that support to hold right across that $7 area. And then I sold 20 of it at this pop here. And then I got stopped out on the other 30 shares on that little wick, which was a $50 profit. So then I waited again to see if it was going to start pushing up and climbing up this trend line like it did right here. And it damn near almost made the exact same pattern. So I got in on that second candle, 10 shares, right on the trend line, right at $9. So there's been a couple of different entries on this play. BFRI is still trying to hold at 775. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss up on this some because I don't, if it comes way back down there, that wouldn't be very good. Oh, SPY cracking the bottom of this triangle. So the VXX still climbing. Very nice. Very nice. Man, we are pulling money left and right out of this market today. Let's go. Worried about nothing. The only green, yeah, I know, Lightning Rick. The only green in a sea of red today. Come on, SPY, drop. Drop some more. I want to see the SPY really give up today. So VXX will keep shooting up like crazy. Just hit a new high on the VXX. BFRI. If it comes back up to state here, possible bullish engulfing. This would be a very bullish pattern if this candle can push up over 788. Tops of these two bodies. A little flat top of those bodies of these two candles. It's got a minute and a half to try to push and break through 8. Man, SPY ain't going to no 0-1 life. He's so dramatic. I say the SPY is going to drop or come down quite a bit, and you go to the dramatic of, oh, you're saying it's the end of the world and the SPY is going to be to 0. Nobody anywhere across anywhere of any economics or any traders or anything is going to say the SPY is going to 0. That's just crazy talk. All right, give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Ooh, BFRI is looking like it might try to go. That 5-minute candle did close bullish. Second candle opening up. If it can just push up over 790, we could see that test to 8. See, SOPA's on halted. Damn, I didn't realize it was unhalted already. It seemed a little bit quicker, but that's alright. Move my stop loss up. Let's keep moving the stop loss. I mean, it's only 10 shares, so I'm going to keep moving my stop loss up. Let it ride this trend line as long as it can. I did miss a chance probably to get a couple more dollars there, but that's okay. Now, this is a little kind of flat top consolidation triangle here. Our 790 is acting as resistance. It's not even just 790, it's 8. So this is just like a whole resistance zone right now from 790 to $8. Come on, man. What are you doing? So we draw this out. You can see where that wick was up, shot up in there. But none of these candles are able to get in this little wedge here, this little space between 790. I shouldn't say wedge because that's a triangle pattern, but this little space, this little channel between 790 and 80. So it's got to get through both of these. And it's probably why it's holding up here. It's because it's consolidating for a possible break right there. Oh, yeah, there we go. SOPA's still climbing. I didn't think you was done yet after that little halt. That was too quick. It's too quick of a halt, bud. The SPY still trying to hold up. You can find the Twitter, Toronti, on frameworkfortune.com. Go to the website. All the social media is on there, along with all of our partner channels and network channels. I don't know why I just didn't put the .com on there, but there you go. Yeah, you can find the Twitter on there. See, wait, no, that didn't work either. Hold on, let me get you that. I mean, it's just frameworkfortune.com, but I'll get you the link real quick. Because to be honest, right off a hand, I really don't remember what exactly my Twitter name is. To be honest with you. I think I had to put. I think it's. I don't remember honestly. I think it's just Framework Fortune lowercase. But if you go to the website and go to social media stream, you'll see all of our different. I need to put crypto Corey mining on there. Oh no, my Twitter is framework_fortune. That's what it is. Like I said, you can find it all in the website there. So BFRI cracking down there, getting a little rejection on that candle, dropping. Well, I actually didn't drop any lower. It's trying to hold like 770 support, which is the top of that as well. SOPA does not look like it's done yet. Looks like it still wants to get a little feisty. BFRI pulling back there. So you see it on the 1 hour chart here, where it's starting to try to pull back below the tip of that triangle. Or not the tip, but the downtrend. So it needs to stay above 760. If it's gonna try to continue to push. SOPA with a little pullback. Just move the stop loss up some more. There's a SPY looking. Ooh. Now you look at the SPY on the 1 hour chart. Oh God, yeah, the SPY's. If the SPY doesn't dump here, then I will be very surprised. Because look at this 1 hour chart. This is just ugly. If we crack here, this is a nice reverse U shape. Oof. I mean, it's still got a few minutes to try to hold, and it is holding, but on this hour chart, it looks awful. Yeah, and you can see VXX on the hour chart looking swimmingly. If that's even the right use of that word, who knows? I don't have a Cash App, but you ain't gotta send me anything. Don't worry about it, man. You're trying to get started and learn the markets and stuff. You keep all your money and use it for your own learnings. But yeah, I mean, all of us are retail traders, so we're all little, fish in a lot bigger pond. Well, not even a pond, in a big ocean full of all kinds of. It's not even just sharks. You got institutions that are sharks, but you got, politicians that squid their way through, and economists who snail around, and all types of different wildlife in this ecosystem of scumbaggery that you got to fight through. Because this is, as I always say, this is a financial war we are going through right now. Like, everybody else wants your money right now. The government does. Big Pharma wants it. Everybody. So we have to survive this financial war by being smarter than everybody else. Well, not even smarter. You ain't gotta be that intelligent. I'm not that intelligent. I'm pretty dumb. But if you do the research, then you have a distinct advantage over a lot of the rest of the retail traders. And you need any advantages that you can take. Daniel B, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't sit here and tell people they're gonna be rich and stuff like that. Do you really want more smoke, man? Like, buddy, please, man, don't make me do what I did the other day, please. Don't tell traders that they're gonna get rich by going to framework fortune. That's what all the social media tells you. You're going to get rich quick, but that's not the truth at all. Daniel B's trolling and lying to you. Truth is, it is a financial war, and wars are not fought in one day. So trading, investing, all of that, you have to strategize. You don't go into war without strategizing. And if you have no idea what you are doing, and you just walk out in the battlefield with your, say you're putting 10,000 in to start with, or 5,000 in, or even just, let's say you're putting 1,000 in, but you're going out in that battlefield, $1,000 is your weapon. Well, when a big old institution comes by and they've got a massive tank with lightsaber arms that are sticking out of the sides of it and a rocket launcher on both sides of the tank top, plus the tank itself with the long barrel, your little $1,000 butter knife that you got in that battlefield, and you have no idea what's going on, you're just going to get obliterated right there on the field. So you got to strategize. You got to know what you're going into, and it takes time. You can't just go into a war, like I said, and it'd be all hunky-dory. Alright, let's get a little distracted there. Let me, starting to go off on my rants. Okay, SPY has cracked this uptrend, so I believe, I'm sorry, it cracked the downtrend, starting to rebound some off that 451 area. So, I don't know. Let's see, the VXX, where'd you get stuck at? You got stuck right there. Got it at 24.10, so it's quite a ways away. So I'm just going to put a stop loss in on the VXX. Well, first I need to look at SOPA. Okay, SOPA's pulled back down to the trend line. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put a stop loss in on this. So no matter what, I am green. 24 is where I got in at. Because if the market's going to swing around here, I don't want to be in the VXX. What is that right there? 24.30. Okay, so that will be a win no matter what. BFRI, still got to wait this out a little bit. Just kind of hanging out up there in that 770 area, which is nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to just stop loss up on these 10 shares on SOPA. A little bit more, right up under. Well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave SOPA the way it is. What I'm at? 898. Oh, yeah. I got it at 898, so even leaving it there, that's 10. That's still. Oh, yep, VX just cracked a little bit, so staying green, not taking any losses now that I'm up green on everything. BFRI, you see, I got in that at 756. Cause that short squeeze news though, I'm just gonna leave that the way it is for now. So all I got left is SOPA, 10 shares there, and then the 50 shares on BFRI. SPY still looks really bad, even though it had this little bounce here. Oh yeah, look how red the market is. So I mean, this may be a short-term bounce, or this could be a full-on rebound. I don't know, but the market's been so volatile that I'm not going to hold VXX to find out. Because if all of a sudden, you know, they pump money in or something, this thing could just shoot up. Like, look at this wick here. That 5-minute candle, the SPY jumped from 454 up to 460. Has a $6 wick. So that type of volatility right there is going to be crazy. Yeah, SOPA bouncing off the channel again. Beautiful. I like seeing that. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Diced, to the stocks. That's awesome, man. Glad you found the channel and you love the rants. See, some people like my rants. Not everybody hates my rants. See, CALT with a weird little gap up there. So that that one. Let's look at that daily chart on this. Yeah, this is one I still think we should keep on watch for this week because of that good PR. It didn't work out today. Well, the swing trade worked out for me, but it didn't work out today for it to rip any. Although it is starting to kind of look. It's hard to say. There's no volume on it hardly. Let's see, AERC is trying to push back up, but you got a triple top at 1375. So if it doesn't break 1375 here, if you are looking at this, that 1, 2, 3 triple top there could lead to a sell-off because it's failing to break out. Yeah, see, we're turning a little bit mixed. We're not quite as red as we were since the SPY popped over that downtrend. But it's only short term. You see, the VXX came all the way back down on my entry. And if the SPY keeps running, the VXX will keep dropping. But I think I'm just going to hold these two plays for a little bit longer today. PFRI is not dropping hardly. I mean, it had a nice push up there to that major resistance, and if it can come back up and test that, we still could see a possible breakout later in the day. But it may have to come all the way back down to 750 and try to hold that as support. You can see right here in pre-market, 750 was resistance, pretty tough resistance. Where it held this candle down, held this candle down, this candle, this candle, this candle, multiple points of contact. And then right even through there, it was support. So I expect 750 to try to hold somewhat. And then, of course, as long as SOPA just keeps going up on this trend line, I'm just going to keep holding it. But yeah. Majority of SPY shareholders are from the CIA and NSA. Do you have anything to back that up with, Daniel B? I mean, I would believe it if I saw it, but that's kind of a wild claim to make. You gotta, like, I would like to hear more of the insights on that statement of why the CIA and NSA are holding the SPY. Yeah, we'll give the stream about 10 more minutes here. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, any of that, go ahead and get that in. And then it's going to be lunchtime here soon. Stop the. Oh, look at HH coming in on DB today. Uh oh. Uh oh. Hal's in here calling you out. DB says stop capping on stream. You all cap right now, bud. Last weekend, yeah. You definitely talking crazy today. You know, once you. Oh, let's see. Soapin may crack here. No, I'm looking at it. It's 5 minutes. It's got. I'm gonna move my stop loss up even a little bit higher. Right up under those two candle wicks that came down. Well, we need to start seeing a bounce. This is the most red candles we've had in a row all day on this play. So, but I mean, we have ran all the way from $4 to $12. So, I mean, expect selling on after an $8 rip. See, too high S appeal. 5 minute looks ugly. Yeah, the 5 minute looks ugly on it. That's for sure, but it's still on the trend line. So as long as it's on the trend line until that cracks. So here's the 15-minute chart. A little double top there, actually, a little flat top at that 1150. So it does need to break 1150 if it's going to continue to run. That's where it got held up at. Let's see how much time. We got a lot of time on this candle. Yeah, but yeah, this could start cracking down. That's why I was moving my stop loss up in case it did crack here. You look at the 1 hour chart. Yeah, you can see that flat top real clear right across there. And it's got room to pull back all the way to 1839. So if it does crack this trend line on the 5 minute, it could really pull back. So he's still holding on at the moment. Let's see if SOPA holds here, and then I'm going to call it a day. As long as SOPA's holding, like I said, I'm going to keep holding this right up the trend line. Society Pass. That's the name of this company. I don't like that name. ADGI? Let me see. I know it ripped last week, but it was a random rip. There wasn't any PR or anything on it. Ooh, no. Yeah, this is looking horrifying. Oh my god. Let's see the daily chart. Well, not there. Let's go. Oh god. Let's go to the hour. Okay, there's the hour chart. And then the daily chart is here. No, so I didn't even trade ADGI the other day because of where it's at. It's below all EMAs, 10 days pointing down, 50 days close to crossing over the red 200 to the downside. It got rejected at this major resistance at 1750 when it did have that pop last week. It's very, very bearish. Like it did hit a low of the year. But this thing is super, super stupid bearish.
And that basically that pop was just a little dead cat bounce. And so far, it doesn't look like it's going to continue that pop. Not a very not a I mean, could it bounce again? Possibly, who knows, but is it going to make some crazy breakout move? Not being this bearish on the daily. Not for a while anyway. Now maybe if we start to see some type of uptrend, but like right here looking at this, since it had that big dip, like this is not really anything. There's no pattern here. It's like I don't know, like a blender tip or something. Because you got the middle there, and then one blade that way and one blade that way. It just looks like a blender, which means you don't want to stick your nuts in the blender because you know what happens in. So it needs it needs some type of pattern to start forming before it could even do anything. Just that random pop there, little dead cat. That's all it really was. All right, let's get back to SOPA. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. SOPA holding up the trend line. As long as it's holding the trend line, it can continue to go up. Ain't worried about nothing. As long as we're above the trend line. Dang. Ooh. Hal is in here roasting DB. Boy, DV, where you at, man? After that whooping you took last week from me, I'm surprised you came back to the channel, but now you're getting it from Hal, man. Boy, that was, whew, that was a hot line there. I can't even type right. I can't even type right, DB. I need help. Send me a book to fix all my problems, please. Jason Ball, first timer. You learned a ton today. Nice, made over $100. Well, that's awesome, man. Glad to hear that. Glad you made some money. Of course, don't just buy things because I'm buying things. Always do your own research. But if you're watching me and you're learning from my mistakes and you're learning from my successes, there is a lot to learn from. Either way, whether I'm losing or winning. So just make your own decisions. I mean I never saw you ask me what to buy, so I'm assuming you were making your own decisions. See BFRI, you're coming back down a little bit. Yeah, it's right back on that support area. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these other lines because they're just annoying. Because you can see clearly $7 is trying to hold support. The uptrend is almost up to 7. $6.98. No, I don't think I want to. Nah, I don't want to risk anything else. I'm going to move that line too because it's starting to look like on this daily getting okay, so I don't really want to call this a triangle because it never had another bar that popped up there. In the short term, if I take this line back, I mean, if we look at it like this right here, you can draw that resistance at 8, and this does look like a triangle in the short term. Which means it's still got a couple of days before it can try to break 8. But Also, if you scale all the, God, come on, where did it go? What the hell was I looking at? BFRI. Yeah, but if you don't look at that trend line or that triangle, this almost is a cup and handle, because there would be your cup up to the $8, and then this is that extra handle here, and it's either got to break up out of that handle or it'll come back down. So possible. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I hate you. I hate you, Thinkorswim, with all your nonsense. Let's see. SOPA trying to still hold up. We'll move that stop loss up a little more. We're just going to keep moving it up. Just keep riding this boy up. Every little wick it throws down under there, we'll put the stop loss right under that wick. So let's just keep riding that triangle trend line all the way up. VXX actually bouncing off of the... Okay, so the SPY must be having some issues. Yeah, SPY having some issues. Starting to curl back around. So this still... hard to say which way the market's going to go today. It seems like it's fighting to drop more, because the SPY is struggling to really get going whatsoever. All right, let's see. Yeah, Daniel B's after everybody because he's still, his anus really hasn't recovered from last week. He took a pretty hard drilling, and he's gotta take that pain out on everybody else, because he likes to reflect his insecurities from inside to the outside on everybody else. Jason Ball. You appreciate I can speak a language you can understand? Well, I'm glad you can understand me, because even though I speak English most of the time, it's not very good English, even though it's my native language. But yeah, have a great day, Jason. I appreciate it. You stopping by, man. Keep on coming back and seeing us. Oh no, you'll be fine, Sicilian. Listen, the spy dropping, like, it's still got to crack this line. Like, we're still bullish on the SPY. It's above the 50-day moving average. It just doesn't look good. I mean, you look at this little peak. Like, the SPY could not break over 475. Buyers are not willing to come in up at that price, because looking back here at all, like I've been saying the last couple of months, look at all these selling bars in the midst. All the selling bars are bigger than the buying bars. A lot more selling volume over the past 2 months, pretty much than we've had for a long time. There was a little bit right there in March, but there was some green. But you can see even back to September, just a lot more red towards the end of the year here than green. And when you see a pattern that starts to look like a McDonald's arch, that usually leads to a sell-off. But because the SPY is an ETF of the whole entire market, and also that the Federal Reserve manipulates the market, So just barely hanging on SOPA. But because the Fed manipulates the market and all of that, yeah, see, SPY's been on a nasty downtrend. I don't know. It bounced here, though, and had a second bounce. So it's trying to confirm that 450 as possible support. Huh. Let me think for a second here. See, we ain't got much left in December. What is Here you guys go. Here you go. Y'all are the same ones who said the SPY was gonna keep going straight up. You and One Life and Daniel B, both of them. They think the SPY just can go up forever. Which it has for a long time, but that money printing, you know, we'll see. We'll see. What was I going to look at here? Someone's going to look at real quick before I go. Oh, wait a minute. SOPA's starting to push back over 12 here. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, you're bearish now, One Life? You're bearish on the stock market? So if we get a break at 1250 here, this thing could start taking off again. BFRI pushing back up that 770 area. So I didn't want to sell either of these yet because we're still okay. Now that's a little sketchy on that candle. We may see SOPA start to crack here. Get all these damn extra time bars off here. I'm just gonna move my stop loss up just right up under that last little wick on this candle. See if it's going to test 1250 here, because if it breaks 1250 we could see another leg up and a halt. Because if it breaks 1250 it's probably going to shoot to 13, and it could possibly even blast through 13 if it gets up to that 1250 area. Because look at this. This is the same. I mean, it's like clockwork on this stock so far today. We have a rip. We pull back. We bounce off the trend line. Rip, halt, pull back to the trend line. Climb with the trend line. Rip, halt, pull back to the trend line. So if we're going to continue to follow that pattern, we should see another leg up with a halt, and after that halt, possible pullback again, but we're just going to let it ride. Looking good. Yeah, come on back up, BFRI. SPY's up to 453, so the SPY is trying to rebound. See it pretty clear on that daily chart there. Let's see. Are you going to get it, Sopa? Are you going to get it or not? We're getting held up at 1225. That's what's holding us down at the moment. At 1225 is acting as strong resistance. Where's that at? 1529, 977, 1561. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why that 12 area is holding up really as resistance. Oh, okay. That's sitting here looking at the daily chart and it's popped up over what I'm talking about. I'm like, man, I don't know where this resistance is at. Neither does that. Now it's starting to hold 1250 as support. Okay, good deal. Tried to. This thing is sneaky, man. It's twice today I've looked away or looked at a different piece of the platform or something, and this thing just shot out of nowhere on me. Very volatile. But that is the good thing. That is the good thing about the SPY being like it is. When the SPY is having these big candles, like this one here, opened at 463, had a little dip down to 460, and then shot all the way back up to 470. $7 move. And then this is like a $7 drop, and this one's like a $10 drop. But these candles on the SPY have gotten way, way bigger than they were back here, and then even before this dip back here. So it's a lot of range the SPY is trading in. And if the SPY has that much range from the volatility, a lot of your other stocks are going to have that much range, which is what we've seen on SOPA so far, trading from with a range of basically 450 up to $13. So that's a huge range. But that's what we want. We want this type of volatility as day traders because we can get these nice big massive pops. If the market's slow and just moving sideways, we see not very many breakouts. Even though we're fighting against, we're not fighting against a downtrend during market hours because the SPYs pretty much just went sideways, dipped some, but that volatility we'll probably start seeing quite a bit of different things popping. We'll probably start seeing a lot of pump and dumps, especially with it being 2 weeks. Actually, let me check the NASDAQ calendar here because I can't remember what exactly the dates are for when the market's open. I know we're coming into the end here of the year. Economic calendar. Let's see. That's not exactly what I wanted to see. No. It's the wrong type of calendar. So SOPA right on that trend line. Trying to hang in there. Holiday calendar. There it is. So you go, if you need to find a calendar, you just go to NASDAQ and then go to market activity, market events, holiday calendar. You can find this. So Christmas Day we're closed on 24th. And then we're closed on January 1st on that Friday. So we've got 24th. That's this week, right? I thought Christmas was 26th. It's 24. So we got a short market this week, and we got a short market next week, basically. So with the short, the 2 short weeks in a row, the SPY pulling back, the end of the year, the inflation pressures, pretty much everything going on right now is the Omicron concerns that we're seeing from our genius people in power who they land of the brave, but scared to death of anything that moves. All this together, it's looking like the perfect storm for a market drop. But who knows? Who knows what those feds got up their little greasy, grimy, filthy sleeves. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day. SOPA's looks like it's going to try to hang on to the trend line here. If it doesn't, I'll get stopped out, adding a little bit more profit to that position. BFRI I'm still holding as well because it's just hanging in that 750 area. It's going to hold 750 support. That's right where my entry is. Probably move my stop loss up a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and move it up right under 740. Just keep it funky. You may crack here. It's starting to look like it might crack. It's unable to break through that 13. Well, it's still holding 12. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll let you guys know how it goes. Christmas is on the 26th. That's what I thought. All right. So we're just closed Friday just for the holiday week, to make it a holiday weekend. But yeah, we're gonna have a couple of short weeks here in the stock market. However, the crypto market does not close. The crypto market does not care about human holidays, so it will be open the whole time. And I'm wondering if, because the stock market, the way it's acting and everything else, if we're going to see the crypto market get hot because everybody's bored that they can't trade stocks or anything else like that. So we'll see. But we'll talk about it more today at 4:30 Central PM on the live crypto update on Framework Fortune Crypto channel. If you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. And you can find that at frameworkfortune.com. As well as H&H Traders channel. Hal, the guy in here who was giving it to DB. He's got a lot of great trading content on his channel. Goes live every day. And we're just going to keep on pushing throughout the rest of this year. And maybe we should probably do a little Christmas community giveaway here, this week sometime. Maybe, decent little idea. We haven't had a giveaway in a little bit, so I'll see what I can maybe cook up for everybody. See what we have. I may even be surprise giveaways where I just randomly all of a sudden in the middle of a trade throw out a question, quiz you guys. Who knows? Stay on your toes. Right now it's all in my head, so how it's going to come out, I don't know. But be ready. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.